Wow, man, look at that. Look at that pattern. That's so crazy. How's it going, Reef Builders? Jake here, and we're continuing to go hard and fast on an Australia Ultimate Aquarium and Fish Store tour. I am starting to blur all the different places, but every place is unique. And now here at the second shop on day 3 of the Australia Adventures, I find myself at Abyss Aquarium. Now all the stores here in Australia do it differently, and everybody does something unique. So this place right here is really interesting because they have a lot of space, a lot of artwork. They seem to build their own tanks. They build their own ornaments, and they're also breeding their African cichlids and something really special upstairs. So let's take a tour of the shop and go inside, and then we'll go upstairs and show you some more. All right, so we've just walked into the main showroom here of Abyss Aquariums, and there's a variety of aquariums for sale. This place is really big, so I am going to speed through this place in an effort to show you everything. This is a really cool, I guess you wouldn't really call this an ornament anymore, huh? This is really like an aquarium sculpture. It's about 6 feet long, well over 2 meters, and it looks like it's been sitting on the bottom of the ocean. Amazing job by one of the owners here. Let's see, we've got a TV that's been retrofitted. Not just any TV, actually. It's the old school CRT TV with the buttons and everything still on it. And looks like it's been retrofitted to be an aquarium. So that's super neat. And we'll go right into the display. So let's see, we've got a discus tank with a variety of plants. And I saw some celestial pearl danios in here, lit up with a Kessel tuna sun. And I love how the Spanish moss is being hung on the side. So continuing the theme of very expensive fish that are otherwise much more affordable in the United States are the Senegal biker eels that are, again, have an extra 0 at the end of them compared to what we would expect in America. Scooting on right over is a Red Sea aquarium. This, man, they got a lot of different series. I'm just gonna go ahead and say there's an S series, Red Sea Max S. This one is lit with some Illumagic styles, but really cool aquascape. I love how very little of the rock is actually on the bottom of the tank. And there's a variety of corals, soft corals, chalice corals. Not too much flow in this tank. It seems to be all provided by the included pumps that are in the back of the tank. So there's at least 4 or 5 outlets that are creating the flow for this aquarium. And another common theme are a variety of Euphyllia corals that are really common and widespread here in Australia. Moving right along, like I said, there's a lot to see in this place, so I'm not going to be able to dilly-dally too much. Got an African cichlid tank. This looks primarily Malawian, but there are a few Tanganyikan fish in here. There's a fish that looks like a trophies, but it's not. I forgot the name. I'll try to add that into the description. And a nice big frontosa. Not quite as big as they get, but this one's got beautiful coloration. So yeah, just another nice display. And I'm seeing a lot of displays here in Australia that use a variety of artificial ornaments, plastic plants to very good effect. And along those same notes, here's a very lightly stocked, what would you call this? It's just an aquarium that just happens to have some fish, just like random Danio kicking around, Shabunkin, a couple Plecos, but the overall effect is pretty neat. And that is the main showroom here at Abyss Aquariums, I think. Yeah, they're starting to blend together. And when you walk in here, there's a variety of products. We'll take a look at those here in a second. Products on the left, products on the right. And right when you walk in, a bunch, I thought these were artificial corals, but these are actually real corals that have been spray painted. So that's a really neat use of real live coral skeletons that I haven't seen before. But it does make for a really cool display. So we're gonna peruse the shelves real quick and see if we find anything truly exotic. More ornaments. Again, Australia is really big on their artificial decorations. And some aquarium shops in the United States, those might be completely absent. So that's a very common theme here at Australian Reef Keeping. Got some high door protein skimmers, Nios, some Lumic all-in-one tanks, This looks like the media section. You know, nothing too out of the ordinary, but they got some high quality products here. Some Vectra L1, very cool pumps. Some of the new Fluval kind of high-tech power filters. And I've seen these before. These are some really cool biopellet reactors that have an inductor inside of them. And this is pretty much like the most aggressive way to churn biopellets. So kind of neat to see those on the store shelves. Again, everything here is pretty standard issue, but I know I saw some really neat around the side. Oh yeah, definitely got to show you this beta. There's definitely a woman in charge or involved in this aquarium store. Because I've seen this before, this artistic touch to the aquarium shop, and it's not guys who do this stuff. So really cool beta here, and we got a interesting theme on the ceiling. Like I said, we gotta power through this place because there is a lot to see. Oh, this is kind of cool. This is some foam pads that are really useful for putting your tank onto, and I have never seen these actually like on the shelves, pre-cut, ready to go and purchase for your aquarium. So those are right there. What are these here? Some little specimen cups. Again, with the Red Sea products, very well represented. Got the AquaPower, a must for all the SPS tanks. Continuum is making a really strong showing here on the Australian store shelves. And just gonna go ahead and speed over to something neat that I saw. This reef foam. I think this is a really old style of product. Whereas a lot of aquarium additives might actually cause your protein skimmer to stop skimming properly, this is supposed to increase the foaming. So yeah, kind of interesting. I'm not sure how much it really helps with nutrient export, but still interesting to see that on the shelf. So let's move right along to the livestock area. So the back of the shop here at Abyss Aquariums is lit only by the light of the aquariums. You've got saltwater fish in the center and freshwater fish on the side. But something I want to show you for sure is a phytoplankton culture area. Now this I've seen before in a few shops, but still not common, and I really like it when stores take to culturing their own food. But as you'll see here at Abyss Aquariums, this is just a little bit of what they culture because there's a lot going on upstairs. So I'm going to power through some of the freshwater tanks, show a lot of notables. Abyss definitely has the widest variety of African cichlids that I've seen in any shop here. And there's that king size AI cichlid that I saw the other day. I thought it was a Cynotilapia, but they've got them listed as a Metriaclima pulpican. All right, what else we got? A lot of baby fish here. And I think a lot of these are produced right upstairs. A huge diversity of cichlids. And one thing you'll notice is these fish are all, you know, gray little larvae, little proto-fish that are not really showing their true colors yet. So one of the things that Abyss does is he put the picture and the name of the fish showing you what it's supposed to look like. So I know some shops do that a little bit, but it's really, really cool, especially when you're trying to sell a variety of cichlids that aren't necessarily showing their color. If you're not familiar with them, they can kind of all blend in. But as you'll see, this place is not lacking for baby African cichlids. Continuing on the theme of a wide diversity of fish, there's a bunch of Tanganyikan cichlids. We've got a buffalo head. All right, I think that's enough African cichlids for now, unless there's something really. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you these guys. These Alanicara dewindii. I don't know that much about them, but I just love how they put together a nest in the sand, and they're all hanging out together. Alanicara peacock cichlids are really colorful. These guys are kind of ghostly. They just have the faintest little markings and patterns. Really cool fish. I'm curious to know what these fish develop into, and I'll be sure to research those when I get home and find out how they mature. All right. What else do we have? Big old frontosa. Again, I'm seeing a whole lot of very high quality discus here in Australia. Every shop has a really respectable discus selection, both in terms of diversity, price, and quality. Oh wow, I'm just getting the first look at these guys. Very cool. I'm such a fan of discus, and it's nice to see that the Australian aquarists are still really taken with this fish, because like I said, every store I've been to has displayed a variety of discus. So the discus quality here in Australia is really prominent. There we go, look at these beautiful guys. And here's the saltwater section. A lot of fish you've seen before. I've seen a couple used fish here in the shop. Angelfish, wrasses, tangs. I'm just gonna go back. Oh wow, here's again, Australia cleaner shrimp seem to be kind of rare in Australia, and they cost about, like I said, about 10 times what you'd expect in the United States. But it turns out that the coral banded shrimp are also pretty pricey. This pair is 90 bucks, so it's not nearly as expensive as you'd expect for the cleaner shrimp, but still pretty expensive by American standards. So this is a variety of saltwater fish section, and here we get to the corals. So this is a coral vat. Again, a ton of euphyllias, big friendly Blamingi tang. LED lighting is pretty much taken over here in Australia. I have yet to see a single metal halide in use anywhere, and these particular lights are doing an excellent job of giving a great spread. That's actually really, really good for such a wide, broad tank. So let's keep moving it along, So one thing that's kind of interesting that I'm seeing at this shop that I haven't seen so much before is a lot of high-door protein skimmers are in use. So I've seen these used quite a bit on home tanks or personal aquariums, but this is probably one of the first time I've seen so many of them employed in a commercial setting. And up here you can get a really good view of these high-door performer protein skimmers producing a respectable amount of foam, just like any good modern protein skimmer should. So gonna wrap it up here for the saltwater fish section. Bunch of fish we've seen before. A big, beautiful pair of goldhead sleeper gobies. Not sure why one is on one side and one on the other. A beautiful 6-bar angelfish. Selfin tang. What did I see over here that really caught my attention? Oh yeah, it's the baby burying tang. This guy is kind of muted at this size, but he will grow up to be quite a stunner. So if you have a big tank and you know what you're getting into, this is a beautiful species to consider for your home aquarium. What else do we have? Oh yeah, over here there was a big teardrop butterfly. This guy looks like he might have been a trade-in because he's really big, really fat, and seems really comfortable in this environment. There's a beautiful pair of Clark-eye clownfish right here. It's been a while since I've seen these. I don't know why they've fallen, I guess, out of popularity or availability in the United States, but that is actually one of my super favorite domestic clownfish strains, the Galaxy Clark-eye and the Spot Cinctus clownfish. Very neat fish. So, okay. So as you may have noticed, I've kind of flown through the dry goods and the livestock holding area here at Abyss Aquariums. But that's because of some really exciting fish upstairs, and I really want to spend a little extra time up there. There's a lot of cool fish, including some very beautiful large breeder stingrays. So let's go upstairs and take a look, because this is not something that you see at fish stores every day or hardly ever. So here we go. So this is a cichlid breeding room if I've ever seen one. We got the requisite aquarium fish library here right before you walk in, almost like a shrine of knowledge before you get into one of the main events. I'm not going to have time to spend on too many of the fish here because there's way too much to cram into one single video. But as you can see, Abyss Aquariums really takes breeding fish seriously. And I think that harkens back to what I keep telling you guys about the import restrictions here in Australia. They can't just order wild fish or farm fish willy-nilly, so they have to be resourceful and breed a lot of their own fish. All right, so a bunch of different African cichlids, a bunch of African cichlids, more mbuna, more cool fish, red empress. They're tucked in everywhere. Everywhere. You might have noticed I've kept the camera off one particular spot, and that is a couple big old stingrays here. Let me get this out of the way. So there's a few really large breeder stingrays in here. There's a Matoro stingray, and I believe this is believed to be a Matoro hybrid stingray, and then a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous pearl spotted, flower spotted stingray. I don't know the name of this species, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's got really well developed spines up along its tail. These fish are thick, man. They are eating really well. Look at that one. It's just got such a big dome. And over here,
look at yourself. Look at yourself.
Yeah, they say I'm nothing but a bus.
and over here is the mama. Why do I call her mama? Well, not just because she's a hot mama, but she recently spit out, I think, 21 stingray pups, and they are located right down here. And the owners and the breeders are excited that they recently started eating. So, what do they got? They call them raviolis, jennies. So yeah, these fish are really, really fresh. They were birthed just in the last couple of days. They've already started eating, and I'm sure these are going to be in very high demand here in Australia, because I can imagine it's not that easy to get stingrays here in Australia with their very... So I really hope you just enjoyed this video tour of Abyss Aquariums. This was really like the most flyby video I've had to do, because there's just so much to see here at Abyss Aquariums, from the showroom to their dry goods, the livestock, the breeding area, and there's also a whole workshop for building glass tanks and for building aquarium ornaments. So yeah, this place has really got it going on. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this series of videos on Australian aquariums and fish stores. I'm starting to lose track of how many this is already. So definitely, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, share it with somebody you know, and subscribe, because I'm not even halfway through my travels here in Australia. There's a lot more to come, so I'll catch you guys on the next one.